to The Good Pod, where today we're talking The Good Wife, Season 4, Episode 14, Red Team, Blue Team. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Reed. With me, the blue team to my red team, Marissa Garza. Marissa, you good?
I'm good, Jason. You good?
Good. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, you know us, just always battling back and forth.
I mean, but we are also partners, so it's like it's a very apt episode.
It's very true. Very true. Very jam-packed, interesting episode of The Good Wife we have here to talk about, and I'm super excited to chat it up with you about it. I just got my thief energy drink. I've never tried it before.
Are you ready?
I've never tried it before. Let me hold on.
No, Jason, no die. Also, the Oscar for Podcast Opens goes to Jason Reed.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Before we get started in earnest, let's talk about some free and easy ways you as an audience can help us as a podcast, do our thing. You can do that by reviewing, rating, and subscribing wherever it is you're watching and or listening to this podcast. You can help us out by doing all those things. It helps to get to the eyes and ears of more people like you that would like this content. You can also, if you want to just email us at thegoodpodfeedback@gmail.com, you can do that. Just chat with us about the show if you like. Give us your thoughts, your comments, your feedback, whatever you want. You can also, if you just so choose, if you do so decide to bestow upon us a monetary gift, you can also do that over at buymeacoffee.com/goodpod. Now that housekeeping's out of the way, Marissa, let's get to this very interesting episode.
Let's get into it. So we open the episode with a partner meeting, and this meeting is letting us know a lot of things. It is letting us know that they have Chum Hum's business now because of everything that happened in the last episode, and that has equated to $54.6 million. That's like almost all of their debt. Is done. Colin Sweeney apparently also getting a lot of money.
Yeah, Colin Sweeney, Lamont Bishop, all the heavy hitters that we are usually we hear from. We hear that they've paid their bills, and because of all that, we're now like we're out of debt. We're like we just spent last episode trying to get a 5-week extension.
Yes,
which are like. And even they were at the moment, they're like, even a 5-week extension, that's not gonna be enough time. And here we are. We also hear from David that we fast forwarded a month from, I guess, last episode. So it's like, I'm not sure what happened behind the scenes.
Well, not only are they debt free, they're $133 million in the black.
Like we have just magically waved a wand in the writer's room and just fixed everything. I can't understand why they did it this way. And they mentioned we got Chum Hum's business. What exactly does that mean?
Like, they are now the lawyers for Chum Hum.
But like last we saw, Neil Gross was like, you will never get my business.
Yeah, but at the end of the thing, he said, give them what they want. And so I'm sure they negotiated for that to be part of it.
But I mean, I thought that was like, give them whatever my wife to be wants in the prenup. But this apparently was like, are we like now totally blackmailing this man to be like, you're going to give us your business, or the whole world's going to find about this love child?
Correct.
I guess, but I should not. There should have been more of a moment, right? There should have been like a
sure. Yes, this should not be the way we found out about it.
Yeah, it should have been Will and Neil Gross like meeting, and this because Will has been the prominent Neil Gross opponent, right? We've seen that. So, and Neil Gross every time he's talked to Will, is like, you will never get my business. So I would have loved to see a moment where we get Neil Gross's Chum Hum business and Will to be like smug and like, oh, seems we got your business, I guess, huh? And I feel robbed. I feel mugged. I've been mugged of seeing that moment where our firm is triumphant in that.
I don't know if I think it may just be on a delay. Like that moment can happen still. Like this is just maybe like a deal that happened. Like Neil Gross, I mean, I'm sure he gave his okay, but I'm not sure he was in the room when it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels abrupt. It feels like just be like, hey, you know that whole storyline we were dealing with? Forget that. And Good Wife does that a bit.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, yeah. I know we had this whole big thing going on, but never mind. Just throw it in the trash. We forgot something else. It's
We're
like,
moving on.
yeah, like what happened? Like I feel like we got no real conclusion. We got no real closing of that story. They're just like, oh, we'll just do something in the beginning of the next episode. We'll tell them all, never mind, we're good now. So it felt weird to me. Like I almost thought, is this someone's dream? Is Will dreaming? Is Diane dreaming?
Yeah.
That
No.
they finally got all these things to fall into place and they're finally debt free, and just for some bad thing to happen in this nightmare dream, and Will and Diane wake up like, oh my god. Like I literally thought that's what it was going to be.
It definitely wasn't an Alicia dream. We know that much.
Oh, definitely.
But because they are $133 million in the black, okay, this is a partnership situation. Partners get 5% of whatever is the profit for the year.
Mm-hmm.
This gets Harold, our good friend Harold, to stand up and say, hey, Howard. I don't know why.
How dare you,
Howard?
We're responsible for this
Okay.
man passing away. You can't even get his character's name right.
Hey,
how dare you?
Why do you have to be mean to me?
How dare you?
It's not my brain's fault. I can't remember names, and I decided to podcast about television. Howard gets up and he's like, okay, 133 million sounds good to like the people in this room, but what about those 5 people we offered partnerships to? And David Lee, okay, this whole meeting, Diane is sitting at the front and David Lee is sitting next to him. Will is out with the client, which we'll talk in a minute about. But David Lee's like, yeah, some of us in this room just thought that was a little too soon. And Diane's like, hold on, wait a minute. We've already made these offers. And David's saying, like, yeah, we don't have to like take the offers back, but we can delay their partnership, which means that delay the fact that they reap the benefits of this $133 million. And David puts it up to a vote right away, and everyone votes for it. So now the partnerships of all the 4th years will be delayed.
That's real shitty.
That's like, very David Lee. Yeah, but yes, and also it is very shitty.
So terrible. Meanwhile, Alicia and Carrie are looking at yacht brochures.
So happy. But while this whole meeting's going on, Will is meeting with the client. We learn later it is like in the next couple of scenes, not right now. We don't learn in this scene that it's the Thief Energy Drink CEO, but we learn in this first scene that there's a product that has caused the death of a 16-year-old granddaughter. And Will is confident that like the product did nothing wrong and that they can win in court. And basically the other side says, like, if you plan on blaming this on the granddaughter, have fun. And he's like, yeah, I do actually. We'll see you there. We'll see you in court. And the client is the CEO of Thief Energy Drink, is not very sure that this is the way it could go. And basically the choices are to pay a settlement of $14 million or leave it up to a jury. And Diane comes in and is like, not just $14 million. There are 7 other cases like this out there. So it's like 14 million times 7. So in his, I don't know, CEO-like way, he calls for basically a war game or a mock trial to kind of see how this would play out in court. Meanwhile, Carrie and Alicia are over in their office, their shared office, and Carrie has received a yacht brochure. And first of all, yacht is the weirdest word to spell. Every time I have to spell it because of the show, it doesn't make sense to me.
That's true. Yeah. That silent T gets you every
time.
Well, not even silent T. The silent CH.
Yeah. I don't understand. I'm sure there's some like reason, but I just don't get it. But Alicia's like, why did you get this yacht brochure? And Carrie, my man Carrie, he's just like, capitalism. It just knows.
Just listen, but this is before the time of when your phone could hear you talking about things and would know to send you things. Like if this was today, be like, I heard you out to get rich, Carrie. Here's a yacht brochure. Your phone heard you talking about all the money you're about to make.
Yeah. And these two are like riding high. And Will and Diane come in and they're like, we got something to talk about. And they're like, oh, okay. Like they're on this, like, we're going to be partners high.
They are so joyous and happy. They're like,
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen both of them smile so much
They're
at the
so
same
giddy.
time. They're getting like we're in the money, we're in the money. And so Will and Diane come in, they're like, hey guys, what's up? Like, we're just in here looking at yachts, like, because we're about to be stinking ass rich. What do you want? What do you need?
They basically come in and they're like, okay, well, the client here, you know about this client? Yeah, we know about the client. Okay, cool. Well, the client has asked to have mock trial, and we want you, and Carrie's like, to be second chair. You want us to second chair it? He's like, oh. They're like, no, we want you to be the red team and be against us. They're like, oh, this is fun. It turns out the client has given the firm $100,000 to run this mock trial, and Carrie and Alicia have $10,000 of that. Carrie's like, well, they've had 3 months to prepare for this case. And Alicia's like, yeah, but we can totally surprise them. Like, this is not a bad thing, Carrie.
And listen, poor, sweet, innocent little Alicia. She's like, oh yeah, we can do this. We can really beat him, huh? Carrie's like, Alicia, have you ever tried to play tennis against your boss? Like, never turns out well. Like, they don't want to lose.
Right, exactly. Like, they're doing this for a reason. And Alicia's like, yeah, but like, we don't have bosses anymore, Carrie. We're partners.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So Carrie and Alicia stay late, and Kalinda is around, and she's like, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, hey, we need you to help us with this case. And she's like, I can't. Like, I work for Lockhart Gardner, and you're not Lockhart Gardner right now. You're the red team, and I can't really work for the red team. And they're like, come on. How much would it be? Love Kalinda. Love her so much. She's like, $400 an hour. And they're like, no, really? For friends? And she's like, $400 an hour.
Like, listen, I bumped it down for $600 an hour to $400 for you guys. So.
Yeah. It Carrie's basically
I was like $400 an hour. I was like, oh my god. Like,
I mean, look at what she does. She gets results. She does it in like an absurdly convenient amount of time every single time. So she's worth it. And because they only have $10,000 to spend, and in this they have to get a witness, an actor to play a witness, and then whatever else they want to do. So basically they say, don't work more than 20 hours. We'll pay you $400 an hour. So this mock trial begins. This mock trial is different because there's cameras, there's like a mediator, there's definitely also like where they get this mock courtroom. Like I this was random to me. I was like, where did this come from? But Howard is the judge here.
Hilarious. Great choice for Howard to be the judge.
And Alicia goes in hard during this opening statement. She talks about how much caffeine is in thief. I don't have a lot of experience with energy drinks. I am not a caffeine person per se.
This really feels like they're trying to take on the Four Loko issue that was, maybe around this time. I'm not sure if they're trying to do a take on Four Loko which is now like banned in some states because of how insane it is.
Even like Celsius that's on the market today has about 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. So I was like, ugh. But I think what's mentioned later in here is like this was the age of like Monster and Energy or Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar is name checked in this.
Yeah. So Alicia establishes how much caffeine is in it. Not only is it 200 milligrams of caffeine, but then there's an additive that it makes it even more caffeinated. And then she shows this commercial basically saying it's marketed towards children. And then she goes in for, like, she is in her confidence bag. She is so ready for this. She's like, and over there you got Will Gardner. I know what he's gonna do. He's a pretty good lawyer. Yeah. Like she like gives him like I know him. He's pretty good. But what he's going to do is he's going to blame the victims. And what I need you to do is do not get fooled by Will. And she looks exactly in the camera and says, the assailant here is thief.
Oh. And you got the CEO just like behind the scenes watching of like, oh, like this girl didn't come to play. Will and Diane are at first like,
so cute.
And by the end of her little statement, like, oh, like that was harsh. That was a lot. Okay.
Well, even so much so when Will gets up to do his open, he's like, that was unexpected. I did not expect to be named in the opening.
Yeah, but I mean, Alicia was effective because he's not getting any like good looks from the jury.
No.
They're just like, whatever, bro. Like, she's right. You're trying to blame the victim, huh? So he's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, ooh, tough crowd. All right.
But at the same time, Will's like, game on.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like,
I am
oh,
ready for this.
like we did not expect y'all to come out guns blazing like this, but we're gonna bring it. We'll do it. We'll do the damn thing. If you want to go hard like that, go hard. But I mean, isn't that what we're here for? Is like,
Right.
I'm sure the other side, whenever we do actually face the other side, if we do, is going to be as like harsh as that.
Well, it's a tricky situation, right? Because you want to show the client what could happen in court, but at the same time,
You also want to make them.
you want to
You don't want to
go
make
to
your boss
court.
seem incompetent. You don't want to make
Right.
your boss
Exactly.
incompetent.
Exactly.
You don't want to do it too well, right? Because
Right.
at the end of the day, this seems like that Will and Diane are going to be actually representing the our people at this point.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to make them look bad. So it is a fine line to toe.
Well, and I mean, I don't know. If I were the CEO, I'd be like, I want those guys.
Yeah.
Like,
You be Carrie and Alicia because they seem to know what they're doing.
okay, so Alicia comes back from mock trial. She's on a high. She's ready to go. David stops by. She's like, oh, hey, how's it going? What's going on? And David then tells her, like, hey, we have to delay your partnership for a year because we need to reassess the changes in the firm. And Alicia's like, what? How long is that going to take? Like, I don't know. Here's the thing. We are a democratic institution. And unfortunately, footnote 2024, 25, democratic institutions can change their mind. And Alicia, like when Carrie walks in, she says to Carrie, I think I was mugged.
Such an odd line to put in there. I was like, okay. I think Carrie's wanting mugged too, I think. Like, I don't know.
If he hasn't been already.
Yeah. And again, it's interesting because it's like, just like last episode where Diane, where Will and Diane sent in David to like break news, like do the dirty work. Like last episode, Diane and Will announced to Alicia, hey, you're going to be a partner, but they send David and he'd be like, and by the way, it's going to be $600,000. This one's like, yeah, we're not going to tell Alicia that she's not getting partner no more. David, you're going to have to do that. And David, who doesn't
more than happy.
David probably takes joy in delivering bad news to people. He's like, fine, I'll do it. No problem. I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we go back to mock trial and Alicia is visibly distracted. Like she doesn't know.
Not even just distracted. She's pissed.
She's both. Yeah. And Carrie's got an expert witness on the stand, a doctor, who's testifying that Bella, the 16-year-old granddaughter mentioned at the beginning of this case, died by choking on her own vomit due to caffeine toxicity. So that is the case that Carrie and Alicia are putting forward. Diane comes back swinging saying, hey, look at these two pictures. Don't you think that Bella probably had anorexia? Now this is dangerous because that's not a medical diagnosis of a person that's alive, but you can, I guess, make an argument that her weight was low, at least.
Yeah.
And here we get our first sense that Carrie might know something because Carrie is on the on the defense. Like he is very loud. He is wanting, he objects. He doesn't get a ruling on his objection. And Howard here is siding with the defense, siding with Will and Diane all the time because he knows, he's like, I want us to look good. And also like, you fourth years, what are you doing? So Diane is basically arguing that and gets the doctor to say that because Bella had anorexia, beef could not be the 100% cause of death.
Yeah, so score one for Will and Diane.
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, they have this $10,000. A part of it they can use to hire an actor to play Bella's grandmother on the stand. This was great. We do get to see a little bit of the deposition footage. Bella's grandmother, obviously in distress, is very like, if I could just hold you one more time. And this actress is like, I got this. I can do this. Like, no worries.
They literally say to her, we don't want it to be too maudlin. Like,
yeah,
just don't overdo it. Like, just kind of like stay in a range. We don't want to get too crazy here.
Yeah, she's like, no problem. Is this SAG or Actors Guild?
So good.
Gotcha. At this point, right as Carrie's about to leave and get out the door, Alicia comes in and is like, "Hey, can we like chat for a minute? Like, delaying your partnership? Yeah, they're delaying my partnership. What about the other fourth years? Maybe we should get everyone together and discuss our options." And we get a Carrie and Alicia handshake,
Yeah.
which is huge for.
Yeah, Carrie's like, hey, like, they were fine sharing their debts, but not their wealth, apparently. So, like, let's see what our options are. I like Alicia being like a union leader. Like,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
figure out what's going on here. Let's see what we can do, because
Collective bargaining, peeps.
yeah, so we're pissed about this. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Back at mock trial, we do get the actress on the stand who is playing Bella's grandmother, and I just gotta say, A+ performance. So great. We get a lot of like,
Bella!
Lord!
Oh Lord, why'd you take her? Like affecting like a Jamaican accent where there wasn't one originally.
It's like the Heavenly Father one too.
Oh Lord, why'd you take her? Oh my god. That was
Carrie,
freaking hilarious.
like Carrie's eyes are like, okay.
He's
Like,
literally like trying to like, all right, bring it down.
I got you.
Relax.
got
Like she would just not bring it down. Just like
she was as
hilarious.
cold as the grave, cold as the night.
Oh, that was so funny.
And like Carrie sits down and he's like, well, that's what that was. Like I couldn't really do anything about that. And Alicia calls the VP of marketing to the stand, which surprises Will and Diane because it wasn't on the list, but also the guys in the room, and he would probably be called in a mock trial anyway. So
yeah,
bring him on. And she brings up the fact that there is a product called Thief Light, which is the low calorie energy supplement.
Yeah.
And she also finds this website. I forget what it was called. It was like
they called it a pro Anna site, which
yeah,
is
like
a
pro anorexia.
Yeah,
basically like people who are trying to lose weight and also by not eating and maintain their energy. And we see there's comments by the same user, like Girls in Jeans 54 or something like that, and she is talking about how Thief Light has just kept her energy up during this whole time. And Alicia's questioning, like, hey, do you know what a cyber shill is? And the VP of marketing is like, this is totally legal. And she's like, I'm not denying that. But do you know that this lady posted on here 135 times?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're targeting marketing through a cyber shill, it kind of makes anorexia kind of a moot point here because you're obviously going after people who have anorexia to buy your product.
You're targeting them. So the fact that you are targeting this drink that is not obviously not good for these people,
right?
You're still liable for this because you're being harmful in your actions.
Right. So then the mock trial people, I don't know, production company, whoever these people are, basically come in and check in with the jury. They're like, hey, who do you think is winning? Overwhelmingly, it's Alicia and Carrie. And the Thief CEO is just not happy.
Pissed.
Not happy about this. And they ask, like, how much do you think should be awarded in this case? Now, remember, when Will, at the beginning of the episode, the talk was at 14 million. These guys are talking 45 million.
Yeah.
And the Thief CEO is like, do you just want us to settle? Is that what you're doing? And Will's like, just like this, we haven't had a chance to say anything. Watch the whole thing. Calm down a little bit. Then Alicia has a party at her house that night, and the kids are like in their rooms trying to listen in the whole time. I was like, I would not be that interested. I don't know why you're not like playing video games or something.
Yeah, Zach and Grace are being Zach and Grace.
Yeah, exactly. And Carrie comes up with a plan of like, okay, why don't we just meet with our top clients? We're not going to tell them anything, but let's just meet. It's going to send like a signal to the partners that we're moving something, and it'll kind of get them to freak out. And so they're like, okay, because they don't want to strike and they don't want to slow down because it's going to hurt the clients, which would then ultimately hurt them.
Yeah.
But before leaving, what did you think of this proposal, Jason, that Carrie has to Alicia basically starting their own firm?
Yeah, Carrie who seemed to at first just be like, well, I guess they're taking my partnership away. What else can I do about it? Alicia is the one that got him up in arms about this meeting. And now Carrie's taking the ball and he's running with it even more. He's just like, what if, we already have all this money that we were going to put up for the capital contribution. Why don't we just turn that money into starting our own firm. And it's just like, what, bro? What are you talking about? Our own firm? He's like, yeah, Floric and Agos. I'll even put your name first. She's like, basically, she's like, let me think about it. Let me sleep on it. I'll think about it. All right, I'll think about it.
Well, and then we get like the view of Carrie that is still there. I'm so glad it's still there because he leaves and he's like, we could change the world. Like this is Carrie's whole thing is like he could change the world with the law. So the coming far for these two characters who were basically put up against each other at the start of the entire series. Now talking about going into business together. Interesting.
Yeah.
Back in mock trial, Diane has the legal counsel for Thief on the stand and basically is asking, okay, like how much testing has this gone through? And he's like, it has gone through the most rigorous safety standards. And basically, Carrie gets up and says, okay, how rigorous? Like, tell me what's going on. Was the FDA approving it for a food or a supplement? Because for supplements, there's no standards. For food, there is standards. And he finds out that Thief submitted twice. The first time as a food, and the second time as a supplement because they added B12. And this is where Rockstar gets checked because there was a suit against them for adding ginkgo to it because Rockstar was approved as a food, not a supplement. So he's basically saying you skirted the system, you learned from Rockstar, and that's why you're getting away. Will objects. Everybody is yelling, and Howard is like, I side with the defense on this one.
Again, and Carrie's like, oh, the big surprise. And Howard's like, I will find you in contempt of court. And Alicia's like, what are you gonna do? Put us in mock court jails? Like, wow, they're getting real testy. Carrie and Alicia, they're mad. And
yes.
Will and Diane, who they should have known what was happening. Like, I don't know how they could not know.
I don't know either
what this is about. Like, why are you acting this way? Because you just screwed them over. Like how could you not see that is the reasoning they're being so upset here?
And I do want to mention that Howard is using his best delay tactic of I have to go to the bathroom. Comes up many times during this entire thing. I have to go to the bathroom break, but I'm going to hold you in contempt if I come back. This gets Will walks over with his chest all puffed out. And he's like, hey, you got to watch it. And Alicia's like, or what? We don't get our partnership?
Ooh. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
At that point, Will runs after Alicia, like, hey, it wasn't me. Like, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me.
No, you could not wash your hands of this whole thing. Like, it wasn't my fault. Nah, but you didn't do much to stop it. I can tell you that much.
Right. Yeah. And he's also he uses he's like, well, name partners don't really mean anything. Like, we can still be outvoted and all this stuff. You'll see. And she's like, whatever, dude. Like, bye. Basically walks out. So at this point, David and Howard walk in and they're like, oh my God, Will and Diane, you'll never guess what the fourth years are doing. They're having meetings with our top clients. Like, what? Oh my, this is such a travesty. Will's like, yeah, duh, we screwed them over. Like, yeah, why don't we just give them their partnerships? And David Lee is such a David Lee right here. He's like, no, we do not negotiate with terrorists, and this is corporate terrorism.
Yeah, and so in their best union busting moment here is I know what we'll do. We'll split them up. We'll give one of them the partnerships. That'll make them all scatter. That'll split them all up. And we leave on the question. All right, who's the lucky winner? Who's the lucky recipient of the partnership?
Like, we all know at that point, right? Like, we know who's gonna get it.
I think it would have been more interesting if Carrie was the one to get it.
Agreed.
I thought for story reasoning, I thought Carrie would have been great because we all love Alicia, but Alicia can get pretty petty. I think she would have gotten real petty if Carrie was the one that got the partnership, but she chose to go another way.
Yes. Back in mock trial, we have the CEO of Thief on the stand, and we should probably check in. He is played by Brad Lund,
Lund is the
guy's name. Yeah.
Colm Fior is the actor here who Mercy, you might remember from Umbrella Academy because you apparently
I did watch that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was there.
He was there. Was he good? Was he what was he?
Yes. He was good. I don't remember him.
Okay, Marissa doesn't remember. Also in House of Cards 24 and the movie version of Chicago. So he's very like he's in there. He's around. He's here.
Yes, yeah. And he's on the stand and he's just like, I feel so bad about Bella. Like, I think about her all the time. Like, it's just such a travesty. Dan's like, cool, great, bye. I'm done with questioning. He's like, great, let me get up. And Alicia's like, wait a minute.
Not so fast, buddy.
Wait a minute. And Alicia's like, okay, how many kids do you have? It's like, oh, I have a daughter. Oh, do you let her drink thief? And then he's like, don't you bring my daughter into this. And then there's like,
that's a no. That's a no. He does not let his daughter drink his own company's energy drink. That should tell you a lot.
Yes. Yeah. And there's all of this back and forth. Everyone, like all of our people are yelling at this point. All of these people are getting in. Howard stands up, is like, I have to go to the bathroom. So
everybody calm down.
We're gonna settle this when I get back. Will's pacing, right? Like he gets off the elevator, he goes, he's pacing, then he turns around, he's like, no, I'm gonna go talk to Alicia. Alicia goes, it is like, if you have a problem, you bring it to me. And this is like such, I can't even remember all the dialogue because it was just so good. But
he's
at
like,
the end,
yeah, he's like, you're losing us a client with all this stuff you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you are not the injured party here. And Alicia's like, yes, I am. And that was enough. That lit the spark. That was, oh boy, did they pause and then they kissed.
Oh, I was like, whoa. Oh, ah.
Well, and I was starting to wonder because like Will, some of the interactions thus far in the season have been like Will and Alicia never happened, you know, like, yes. And I know they're doing a good job at that, but they like haven't referenced that something, like not even a look or a wink or a smile or like
there's that small moment where things could have come out. There was the phantom handhold that didn't happen, but other than that, it's been like they've been doing a good job of acting like it never happened. Yeah, not really, interacting a lot. But this was like this just blew the lid off the whole. Like, whoa! Like yeah. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god,
it's still there. It's still there. And yeah, at the beginning of the season, I think Alicia was going to try something by bringing that champagne when he got unsuspended. But yeah, because Alicia walks right out. She's like, you don't do that. I don't know why I'm doing that. What am I doing? And then she gets in the elevator and she just leaves.
Yeah.
The next day, Kalinda tells Carrie, I can't work for you guys anymore because I've been told, by the partners not to do that. But here's this envelope. Here's your check back. There could be something else in here. I don't know. Maybe the fact that they settled on another case somewhere. And Carrie is like, okay, cool. Alicia walks in. And Carrie's like, hey, you left all your stuff here last night.
It's like, yeah, I had to take off for other reasons. So left all her stuff. It's like, F it, burn it all to the ground. I can't go back. I cannot go back.
Yes. And David comes in and is like, hey, I need to borrow Alicia. So here comes the moment where David tells Alicia, like, hey, we've decided to offer you partnership, but you have 24 hours to come up with your capital contribution or it goes on to the next person. It's like, oh, you really know how to make a girl feel appreciated. And again, this is like something that has come up with Diane last episode and is coming up now. David is like, we're not here for your appreciation. Like, is that what you thought? She's like, well, then why is this? Like, maybe the fact that your husband's gonna be governor. Yeah, you appreciate it now?
Like, oh. And yeah, I mean, so yes, Alicia has every right to be offended here, but like last episode, like when Kalinda points out to Carrie, like, oh, boo-hoo, you getting offered to make a whole bunch of money. It's like, and David does have like a semi point to be like, we're not your buddies, we're not your family. Like, this is a business and we're making business decisions. Is it crappy to you personally? Yeah, sure, but we don't care. So like, take it or leave it. Like, you're not going to make me cry if you reject it. Like he said, we're just going to move on to the next person. So don't give me your like high and mighties. I don't care. So, but yeah, Alicia, Carrie, and the other fourth years who are nameless, all have a right to be like upset about it. But at the end of the day, it is a business, and they're going to act in a business way.
I would say it's definitely a mid 2000s business. Like I think well, not everywhere, but there has been an attempt to change the work culture so that people do feel appreciated. Not necessarily like when it comes to business decisions, but I think Alicia just wants to feel appreciated, and this is the only way that she feels like she can feel that is like with this offer of partnership. When I mean, I know that the corporate answer to appreciation is usually a pizza party. So there's some work still to be done, but we are hopefully maybe moving in the right direction as the world crumbles. So we go back to mock trial. And Carrie brings up the fact that, hey, isn't it true that Thief already settled in a wrongful death suit? And that's kind of the nail in the coffin here because Diane brings it up to the judge and that was under a gag order. And Howard's like, yeah, okay. I'm going to side with the defense on this one. And Carrie goes, oh, big surprise. And then Howard says to him, go cry to your fourth years. Like,
nice.
And Carrie, yeah.
So I mean, then I'd be big surprise from Howard, but Howard's not even acting like, he's letting the firm politics like bleed into this as well. So it's like, I mean,
it's a big mess.
Howard, yeah.
Big mess. And Carrie notices something is off with Alicia. Like, everything okay? She's like, yeah. They do another check-in with the jury and they're still on the side of the victim. And now the cost that should be awarded has gone up to $50 million. So the CEO is like, cut it. We're going to settle for 12. Yeah. We're done.
Cut it. We're like, I mean, it's official. Alicia and Carrie get the win.
They get the win. And Alicia pulls Will over to the side and is like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I got offered sole partnership. Will's like, yeah, I know. Like, that wasn't because, no, it's because you're good. Like, don't think it's because we had this like kiss, this moment of weakness. And basically they have agreed that they cannot be alone with each other anymore.
You guys can't help it. Like when you're alone, you're going to go start making out, which I listen, I'm glad that we are revisiting this partnership, this duo, because it really did feel like it was something that was over and done with and we weren't going to revisit it. I love having a little check-in of like, hey, remember these two were banging at some point? That's not all the way over and in the dust. They're still going to have these moments. And they're just like, yeah, we can just never be alone together, which is like, I don't know if that really portends to like a good working situation where like you always have to have a babysitter in all your dealings. Like you guys work together. It's conceivable that you're gonna have to have a moment where you're alone together, but they're like, nope, we're just never gonna be alone in the same room together. That all fixes everything.
That's the answer for all of it. Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, I think that does answer the question of like earlier. Alicia was totally thinking of Will and not necessarily thinking of Peter, at least in my mind.
Sure.
But she does apologize to him here and says, I'm sorry. And he's like, for what? She's like, basically for everything. And Will is a bit more like mature-y in this situation. And he's like, it's life. We're in constant danger of running off the road.
Yeah, I would have liked for Alicia to expound on what she's sorry for.
Agreed.
I'm just not sure. Like, what do you mean you're sorry? Are you sorry for like going along with this relationship you guys had that is now messing up everything afterwards? Like what I wish you could have like said some more words about that.
Agreed. I would love to know if she's sorry about not being with him specifically. Like right
sorry
now.
About being back with Peter.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of.
Sorry, my ex-husband is using me for political gain and I really have no choice again.
Yeah. Sorry I chose my family over you. Like,
yeah.
Sorry for exactly. But she's sorry for everything. So that's gets everything under one big umbrella, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Back in their office, Carrie walks in. He's like, hey, I think I'm going to talk to the thief people because I think we can still like do this. And at the same time, Alicia is pulling out a yacht brochure. And she's like, okay, I'm just going to tell him. So she tells him, and she tells him, I'm going to take it. And Carrie's like, yeah, that's smart play. And this is like what everyone says when they're like basically pulled up to the majors, right? Like, but I can argue for the little people. Like, I will be there. I will be your advocate. We'll be there. And Carrie's like, yeah, good. Good thinking.
Yeah, right. Like, I can argue for stuff and things. He's like, yeah, totally. Carrie, who Matt Zuckery does a great job of towing this line of like, I'm annoyed that you're doing this. I'm annoyed that you are turning your back on the other 4 years, because that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to act supportive. A, because now you're my boss technically, and B, I probably would have done the same thing if I was in your
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh yeah. He wouldn't have thought about it it would take him like a heartbeat to like.
Yeah, so it's a
figure it.
it's a very complex like thought of like, you're kind of betraying us, but I kind of get it. So I'm gonna act like I'm happy for you
Well,
when I'm also kind of seething at the same time.
and not like I always say, but also like I always say, this is capitalism's fault. This did not have to be this way if it wasn't for the money. Okay.
Turning friends to
Yeah,
enemies.
that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. So we get to see Alicia kind of inducted into the partnership with an introduction by David Lee, basically saying like, we used to take Florrick's name in vain, but now we got one on our side. So here we go. Here's Alicia. And as she's shaking hands and being congratulated and everything, we see Carrie on the outside of the office give a nod, like, good for you. And Kalinda is there also. And so, but that's like, it's like the cool kid. It's like kids getting separated by groups in school or something like that. It's like,
you became one of the cool kids.
Yeah, I got pulled to the cool table.
Yeah, you love those outsiders here, just out in the open. They're like, look at her, she thinks she's so cool. Let's go walk away. Awesome. Yeah, let's go.
Speaking of Kalinda, though, Jason, before we talk about the rest of the episode, did you want to share a little tidbit that you found out in preparation for this episode?
Yeah, a little trivia over on the old dependable IMDb page. If we have talked about it several times on this podcast. If you like spoiler warning of something we have talked about before, but like minor spoiler, minor, but it is something to look out for that we've talked about.
Yes.
This is officially the last episode where Alicia and Kalinda share scenes in the same room together. From here on out, they will only be on the phone. They will never be in the same room together. So we've talked about it a lot of like, when does it happen? When is the moment? Like, we thought we were in the moment, but then they are back together in the same room. Well, this is according to IMDb, this is officially the last episode that Alicia and Kalinda share the same space.
And it's kind of sad because, well, first of all, the only time they were really in the same room was when she was like asking about the $400 or whatever. But in this shot, like they were in the same shot at the end as she was walking away ish. But also we had like this moment at the beginning of, I think, a couple episodes ago when she was in Minnesota and they had like a girl sleepover. It was like, I miss this, I miss you, all of this stuff. And also like, who's Kalinda gonna tell that she killed her husband? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it's kind of weird, like that it's coming in this part of the series plot wise. Like,
yes,
I think it makes sense behind the scenes knowing what we know. But if I didn't know anything about the Great Schism, as I will call it, I wouldn't have like thought that this was the time that this is going to happen.
Yeah. So, and they had the perfect reasoning story-wise a couple seasons ago when we found out Kalinda, and I think that's probably part of what there was like, I don't want to spend time with her, like make a reason for me to not spend a lot of time with her. And they had greatly reduced their time together on screen. But I guess even that was too much for Juliana. Like, no, I want nothing to do with Archie Punjabi or
Yeah, there must have been some really strong NDAs because we still don't know the reason for this. We just know that it happened.
We gotta get science and truth serum and like figure out what's going on around here. Because it's crazy. Like I was looking at the trivia part, it's like, yes, this is the last episode where Alicia and Kalinda share time together. So yeah. So it's something to be on the lookout for. Like make sure that we're like, oh yeah, definitely. They're making sure take steps to make sure they're not in the same space. I do remember one of the big steps used to like make sure that Kalinda and Alicia don't have to interact. And I think it's probably coming up pretty soon, and we'll talk about it when it happens, of like the introduction of a character That's like, oh yeah, this is
Mhm.
definitely a way for Alicia and Kalinda not to interact anymore. And it was kind of that way because when Eli came on board to Lockhart Gardner's offices, that was kind of a way to separate Alicia and Kalinda, because Kalinda would be off with Eli doing stuff and Alicia would be off in her storyline doing stuff. But this is seemingly a permanent split now.
It's
For
a
them.
schism. It's
Yeah.
like historically, the Great Schism is when like the Catholic Church spread away from the Byzantine Church. It's that big. It's that big of a schism.
It's huge.
We did have some action with Eli and Elsbeth, our favorite duo, this episode as well. Elsbeth has been working with Eli on his case with the Department of Justice, who basically is accusing him of donations for dollars. Like, hey, if you donate here, I'll give you there, all that kind of stuff. So Elsbeth welcomes Eli into her office, or her office that she's squatting in. We still don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on there. But she welcomes Eli in, and we learn that Wendy Scott Carr is no longer on this case.
Yeah, again, it feels so like I thought we were getting ready for a heavyweight battle with Wendy Scott Carr again, and then nope, she's gone. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then Elsbeth is like opening doors, like, I found that you guys are here, maybe over here. And we get introduced to the two gentlemen from the DOJ. One we already know, LaGuardia. The other we know as an audience, but we have not been introduced to as a character, Josh Parati.
Yeah, played by Kyle MacLachlan, who is a big force, I think, in a lot of things. He was, I think, probably best known in the early days of Twin Peaks.
Yes.
I feel like you were definitely a Twin Peaks like.
Would you believe I've never watched Twin Peaks?
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like the weird type of stuff you'd be into.
I probably would enjoy it. I think I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen it at all. Kyle MacLachlan also Sex and the City,
Portlandia,
Desperate Housewives, Agents of Shield is part of my interests. But yeah, he's all over the place. He's everywhere.
He's also great on TikTok. He does a great impression of the Herb Hertzlinger commercial from Schitt's Creek, if you're familiar with that. It's very he's one of a kind. He's very creative, and it was surprising to see him here.
Yeah, for sure. And Josh, I think Elsbeth is like meeting her match in terms of like weirdness.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. He brings the weird. The weird. But basically, Josh is here. Like, he's like, look, I'm just going to lay out the evidence that we have here. Here's a wiretap. And we listen to a wiretap of Greg LaSure from Worcester Graph Industries, basically talking with Eli. And Eli's like, hey, did you get my email? And he's like, yeah. Is that really your ex-wife? Like, yeah, it's really my ex-wife. It was kind of setting up a quid pro quo type of situation. And Josh is like, listen, the easy way out of this, just wear a wire, get me Peter on tape, and that'll be that. Eli is like, get the hell out of here. That's not going to happen.
It's funny because he's like, yeah, give me Peter on tape, just, I don't know, doing something wrong. Like, he's like, it's like, I don't have specifics on anything I think Peter did wrong. I just feel like he's doing something shady. So, like, get me that and we'll be okay. Like, just something, anything.
Yeah. And Elsbeth is like, okay, like, but before we do that, I want to see the paperwork for the wiretap request. And she notes US Code 0.2518, which for those of you who have been with us, I think since the beginning, when Julius was around.
Oh, wow, where's Julius? Bring me Julius, damn it.
But yeah. 2518 is the wire code thing, and if something needs to be like redacted from a wiretap, they say 2518.
2518 minimalization.
Yes, exactly. Back at the campaign office, Jordan lets Eli know that there's this weird lady here to see him, and he's like, yeah.
He's like, come on in, Elsbeth. Yeah. Weird
yeah.
lady. You're probably talking about Elsbeth.
At the same time, Jordan's like, listen, Eli, we really got to get moving on these debate negotiations. Like, there is still a campaign going on here. And Elsbeth, in her Elsbeth way, is like, Jordan, so great to meet you. You have a really like exciting office. And then Elsbeth basically goes through all of these steps and all of this explanation in the most Elsbethian way of like, this, then that, then this, then that. Can I sit here? Oh, that's nice. That's so great. But basically, it comes down to the fact that in order to order a wiretap, you need to have 3 what's called dirty calls, which are calls that are on other wiretaps, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't really getting that. I was like,
I didn't really get that either.
That's odd.
But she has found paperwork that there were only 2 dirty calls. And so because the paperwork that went in front of the judge said 3 dirty calls, there had been some sort of doctoring of the things here. And basically Eli's like, so we could throw it out, right? Like, that's so great. And you always bring cheer to my office. Which is great. So Elsbeth is like, okay, I told Eli, let me go tell Josh. So we have our first one-on-one between Josh and Elsbeth. And Josh offers Elsbeth a biscotti. Would you like a biscotti?
And Elsbeth, of course, loves biscotti. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Loves it. And she holds it for a while. And she throws her case in front of him of saying, like, look, we got 2 on the notes. And Josh is like, here, let me see that. Rip. I swear to God, this would have been shocking to me in 2013 when this was going on. Shocking. Now I'm like, oh my God, that's just normal life. That's just how things happen.
Yeah, he literally just like, he is like, okay, cool. Like, I'll rip this up. And El's like, I have other copies of it. He's like, oh, great. Can you bring me those?
Yeah. And she's like, you can't do that. And he's like, I just did.
Yeah, he just has no compunction at all. I'd be like, nah, F you, F your little documents. I'll just lie.
Like, I just did. And I got a wiretap, so I must have had 3 calls recorded. And oh, here's the original. Let me just change that 2 to a 3 right here, right in front of you. Boop, boop, boop. And then he's like, hey, Elsbeth, I'm on this side of the desk. This side of the desk always wins. And that's all you need to say to Elsbeth Tassioni, because she's just like, not this time. Not this time. And in response, Josh is like, I really hope you'll have dinner with me when this is over. And Elsbeth's like, gotta go. Bye. So Eli is pissed at Jordan because Jordan has moved forward on these negotiations and has pretty much gotten a town hall on the record with Maddie. And Eli cannot fathom this. It's like, you are the number 2. What are you doing? Jordan's like, I'm trying to run a campaign. Like, I don't know. You are distracted. I'm here to do stuff. And Eli basically cries daddy and is like, hey, Nora, call Peter. And Jordan's like, okay, let me tell you what's going to happen. He's not going to answer. He's going to say, call you back in 20, call you back in, 2 hours, something like that. But he realizes that he does not need you anymore. And this freaks Eli out. And so he calls Elsbeth to talk about a deal.
Well, yeah, because exactly what Jordan says is going to happen happens. Like, Peter has to call you back. He's not going to be able to talk to you right now. And he's like, oh crap, like this could be true. I might have to do something here. And yeah, like you said, calls Elsbeth. Let's get something happening. Let's do something, because I'm in a panic mode right now.
Yes. And then we get the very comedic scene of Eli putting on a wire.
Yes.
You're putting on a wire. It's like, okay, just talk normal. Oh, did you bribe me? Have you done a bribe? And Eli agrees that he's going to basically wear this wire to get Jordan, not Peter, because he wants to basically get Jordan out of the picture here. So he goes in, he's all ready to go. And they tell him, like, say testing 1, 2, 3 a little bit so that we can let you know if the signal's good, and then you're on your own. So he does testing 1, 2, 3, gets a little text, you're good. So he walks right in to LaGuardia's office, and LaGuardia is randomly playing the accordion. Meanwhile, back on the other side, while they're listening to the wiretap, Josh is asking Elsbeth if she's ever been married and if she was ever happy. And Elsbeth's like, I'm happy right now. Like, what is going on? But basically, Eli gets LaGuardia to say how many calls he had on the record. This is a brilliant play.
This was so great because they faked us out as the audience, because we thought, like, perfect, Eli's going to try to get Jordan out of the picture by getting something on Jordan, and then they fake us out like, no, actually he's going to go visit LaGuardia and get LaGuardia to admit on a wiretap that he did something wrong. And just love the moment where Josh realizes what's going on. He tries to call LaGuardia, and at the last minute, Elsbeth like hangs up the phone. He's like, how dare you?
But also, I love you. Like, it was one of those moments. But Eli was so funny because outside he's like, I'm going into work now. And then he goes like up to LaGuardia's office. They get it all. They get, LaGuardia finally gets the phone call from Josh saying he's on the wiretap, and Eli is like in his superhero stance. He's like,
Mhm.
"I'm Eli, and I'm in LaGuardia's office. And
I
I
just
have
got
been
him to admit,
wiretapped."
I just got him to admit that he fudged numbers on the thing. So now all the wiretaps got to be thrown out. As Elsbeth
Well,
says, fruit of the poisonous tree.
exactly. Which I was like, "All right, we're getting some education here." Like I knew what that meant because of the French episode.
Mhm.
So it looks as though Eli is done, but I don't know. I think Elsbeth is going to be around for a little bit more. I don't know, but
I think this probably just pissed off Josh even more. So he's probably going to try something else to get Eli. I don't think this is the last we're going to hear of this. But this was definitely a win for Eli and Elsbeth to get this whatever wiretap this was. Now I'm still unclear on like, did Eli do something bad or did he not? I feel like he might have. I feel like he
he
really
might
might have.
have.
Yeah, might have done this discount for services type of thing
Yeah.
to buy funding for his wife.
Yeah.
Or ex-wife,
He may
sorry.
have.
So yeah, I mean, listen, it's not the worst thing anyone's ever done. So I think Eli's not above some underhanded shadiness.
Agreed. Agreed. So yeah, we end this episode with, well, I do also want to go back to the Alicia thing. Alicia is kind of like looking at Carrie, like there is a moment of contemplation. I don't know. She does take the partnership. I don't know what this is going to do with their relationship or anything like that. And then we also have Elsbeth and Eli kind of teaming up. I hope we still keep that. I like the pairing of Alicia and Carrie and Elsbeth and
Yeah,
Eli. So if we can keep them around a little bit more,
for sure.
I'm a
For sure.
happy camper.
I think we're going to get some interesting content in what it looks like for Alicia to be a partner and
Mm-hmm.
her and Carrie's like relationship from that to see like, does Carrie balk at Alicia being his boss now? How's that going to be? Because I think Carrie is always trying to see him and Alicia on even ground, and he's always had this like this this thorn in his craw about people seeing Alicia as better or more than him, whether that's
Mm-hmm.
fair or not. So I think that's going to be a really interesting thing to see how they navigate that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I loved this episode because there was no Peter, no Jackie.
Yes, we did have to have a momentary minute with the kids, but
It wasn't bad. It was
yeah, it
like,
wasn't.
hey, mom, don't lose your job. Okay,
Don't get
cool.
fired,
Bye.
mom. Like, okay, yeah. Thanks, little boy. I don't need you to talk to me about losing my job. Thank you. I'm a grown adult. But it is such a teenager thing, though. Like,
Well,
it's
there's like safety
relatable.
in that. Like, I don't want to have to work. Like, I don't want to have to,
Yeah, like little boy, you know nothing about what's going on, so don't try and give me advice about my adult problems. Okay, relax.
But he knows things. He knows how to use the
Yeah,
internet. He's so
yeah.
wise. He's
Go
so
go
adult.
surf the web or whatever you kids are calling it nowadays. All right, get out of here, on my face. Yeah, so that's the episode. Red team, blue team. Marissa, do you want to tell the
Yeah.
good folks where they can find you and what you're up to nowadays?
Yeah, sure thing. You can find me at itsmemarissag.com, where I have links to all of the podcasts that I'm on, including this one. If you're not listening to Elsbeth coverage, there's going to be no
Really?
Elsbeth until like February. So feel like it's a good time to catch up. We've got a bunch of Elsbeth in the hopper, and on YouTube we have our own like Elsbeth playlist. So if you want to just find the Elsbeth episodes, you can do so very easily over there on the YouTubes. I am also on Whirlwind Podcast talking about Pretty Little Liars, one previously on at a time, and also with my sister on the USS Sisterhood, exploring the final frontier of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Jason, what's going on with you?
Yeah, you can find me over on the good old A Perfect Match podcast where me and Asia Welch are talking about the show Married at First Sight. It's a messy reality television show. We are currently on Patreon exclusively, as you will find us talking about an older season, season 10, which is one of the better seasons of the show. So check me out over there if that floats your boat. But until and also Happy New Year. When you're hearing
Happy
this,
New Year.
we're in
Yeah.
2026. So Happy New Year. Hope the new year finds you well. Hope you have some reset that you're doing. But until next time, stay good.